Hi, how are you?
I'm doing.
It's good to see you again. Before we get into anything, how have you been feeling this week emotionally and physically?
I've done a lot of techniques that you recommended, especially the breathing. So every time I felt tense, I would just remember what you said. Like it's your voice inside my head just telling me to. So that's what I did. I've taken more steps in going to do more activities with my son. So that's been great.
Okay. Um, is the tiredness a little behind you now?
I'm still trying to figure that out. Um, with I feel like because it's like towards the ending of starting a whole new semester soon, there's like so much more work. So I'm trying to still figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
trying, but it's just hard.
yeah. So it sounds like you're still having some exhaustion, constantly. And it sounds like everything will fall in place, even though they're heading into that direction to, fall into place, right? Um,
Yes.
I want to really acknowledge you're working and going to school and making time for your child. That's a lot for someone to carry. And I think you're doing a really phenomenal job as much as you can. Um, that's something I want to acknowledge.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Okay. So the last time we talked about feeling overwhelmed and also how hard it is to ask for help and manage everything and trying to include your son into your schedule, and all those stuff. Today I'd like for us to focus on making things feel a little manageable. We won't fix things, but we could make things a little lighter, right? And that's
Mhm.
something that we could work through during our session today. Does that sound good?
That sounds perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So to start off, I want you to can we look at one of the thoughts that has been coming up a lot, like you're not doing enough as a parent, right? And I want
Yes.
you to put that on in a sentence.
Okay. I feel like I'm not a good mom. Feel like I'm not doing enough.
Okay, so what tells you that you're not doing enough as a mom? What shows that you're not doing enough as a mom?
I feel like I'm more at work than I am home, or even on a weekend. I feel like all I can think about is like schoolwork, on the weekends and not spending enough time, or I'm coming home late and trying to get dinner and laundry and I'm and not present, I should say, in the moment.
Yeah. So to look at things, everything that you just stated, right? Is it factual to say that is it true to say that you're working and going to school and all that is for your child's future?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to view everything that you just said. Instead of saying you're not doing enough or you're not be enough as a parent right now, we're gonna try something new,
Okay.
right? And every time you have that feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not pulling my weight enough as a mom, I want you to say, I'm doing the best I can in a really hard situation.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that is turning your negative into positive. So every time that feeling of overwhelming, like, oh my God, I haven't done anything with my son and this is so frustrating. I'm not a good mom. I'm not enough as a mom. I want you to turn that around and say, I'm doing the best I can in a very hard situation with all the circumstances that surround my life right now. I'm doing the best I can. Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I can definitely try to do
Yeah, and
that.
how do you feel looking at the issues in that perspective or hearing it in that sense instead of saying hearing it as a problem?
Hope. Like there's hope
Mm-hmm.
to better.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's what we want to do, right? All
Yes.
right. So I remember telling you practicing talking to yourself in the morning, doing breathing exercise, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I want you to sometimes we're so busy and sometimes we forget to do these little things. And these little things really takes us so far, right? So let's take a minute to practice something you can use when you feel overwhelmed, right? I'm gonna put my hand up and when I stop, that's when you're gonna pause. You're gonna breathe in until I stop and then breathe out when I go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do this like 3 times and then um I'll add on to that. All right. After one,
Mm-hmm.
after two, 1, 2. All right, we're gonna do it one more time.
Okay.
We're gonna do it one more time, right? What do you notice in your body when you were doing that? How did you feel? Mental, like what's going through your mind and how does your body feel while you were breathing in and out?
I feel more relaxed, less tense. I feel like I was more focused on my breathing in your hand that I took everything out of my head
Mm-hmm.
and just focused on that.
Yeah. And as I said before, we don't always have to fix the problem, right? We just want to make
Mhm.
things manageable. You want to be able to survive each day until you get where you really want to go, right? So, the
Yes.
goal for this week is to really work on making your regular routines and your life manageable, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna try to practice your breathing at least once a day. You could do it before you start at the starting of your day or the end of your day, just to relax you and clear your mind. And you're gonna continue trying to say something positive to yourself in the morning. It doesn't have to be a long thing. It could be you're enough. That's it. Like just say something that will help lift you and see yourself in a positive light, right?
Mhm.
And I want you to take one step towards figuring out school, not deciding, oh my God, I need help. And, like take every decision you're making as it regards to your child and school and asking for help one step at a time, right?
Okay.
So I want you to
Mhm.
journal and I want you to come up with like what would be the best solution in this moment to make my life manageable, to take care of my child the way I want to while going to school and using the resources and try to ask for help, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Does that sound
That
good?
sounds like a great idea. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I really want to say to you, like, you're showing a lot of strength, right? And it's not an easy thing to seek out help to guide you to where you really want to go. And just coming here, meeting with me, we've met, this is our third time meeting. That's a big step, you know, and that's doing something to help with the issue, you know. So just continue to show up and work through this, even when you're exhausted, and validate who you are and what you're doing. Every little milestone, it doesn't have to be the big one, it could be just doing a homework or just taking care of your child through the morning, and you could be like, oh my God, I just did that. I did such a good job, you know? And those start with the small things and then you could celebrate the bigger things. Sounds
That
good?
sounds like a good grand plan. Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Okay. So these are some things that we're gonna work on, and they should make
Yep.
your situation much manageable, right? And if you have any other questions or any ideas of anything comes up, you could jot them down in your journal, and then we could talk about it at our next session. Sounds good?
Sounds like a great plan. I'll definitely start journaling.
All right. Sounds good. It was nice seeing you today.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.